Hi everybody, welcome back to Spruverse, my scale model universe, people of Earth. Welcome to 2023. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well, safe, all your families are good, and that Santa came and delivered everything that you hoped for and wished for. Yes, the elephant in the room. This studio scale Narcissus from Golden Armor, which was pulled from the original filming model, as I understand it, or one of them. And it is a beast. And it's on the bench because I'm not doing an unboxing. I'm just showing you a little bit of what Santa brought me for Christmas. I have no idea when we're going to be building this. I haven't even discussed with Mrs. Spruverse any kind of real estate availability to display it. I mean, it weighs at least 6 to 7 pounds. It's 32 inches when you add the nose cone. Here's the nose cone. When you add this nose cone to the end, 32 inches, and it's about 2 feet across. It's a behemoth. I mean, it's ridiculous. But we're going to build it on the channel this year. I'm pretty excited about it for a whole bunch of reasons. I actually ordered this over a year ago, and Christoph over at Golden Armor sends me an email and says, "How did you order this?" And I said, "Well, you had a button that allowed me to click on it." He said, "No, that should have been in the background. It's a test, but I'd already paid for it." And he said, "Well, I'll tell you what, I'll make one for you, but I can't promise when you'll get it because I'm building one for me and one for Adam Savage over at Tested to build. I don't know what's going on with that, but I can tell you I've got mine." Now, some of the parts are missing. He and I going backwards and forwards, whether he's being very kind and helping me sort of put the inventory together because it's brand new. I don't think it's really quite available yet. I think I'm a bit of I don't know, a test, or he was just being super kind. I don't know. But it's beautiful. Hard for me to get around it and show you everything, but you can see it comes in several pieces. It's got the engine cowling at the back here. Here's the engine cowling, and it's this behemoth of a piece is going to fit. It's actually going to fit right here in the rear. It goes into place like so. I may have it upside down. I don't know. I haven't fully checked any of this out, but it's going to live there. And then the nose piece, obviously, as I showed you, that lives at the other end. Ridiculous. And I've got a bunch of Grablies and pieces that are missing, but Christoph knows, and we're working on that. He supplies... Now, there are two versions of this. He supplies a solid piece if you're just wanting to kind of have the basic kit. But if you want this to have an interior, as I did, this piece comes separately. It is formed out of fiberglass to kind of give it some rigidity. And it then is going to sit here. These windows have been cast very lightly here, so they should be very easy to pop. I shouldn't have an issue with that. And they'll be cleaned up. Now, of course, it's a resin kit, guys, and you know how I whine about resin. So it's going to be the summer because we're going to have to move outside, set up a bench, be drilling, sanding. I'm not doing that in the shop anymore. Those days are over for stuff like this. I've learned my lesson. So we're going to be building this outside. We've also got a 24-inch spindrift we're going to be building outside. But I wanted to show you this as my sort of first video of 2023. Now, I know I've not been around for a few weeks, and I apologize for that. But we are back now, and I'm going to desperately try and get on back onto a schedule, because we've got, I think, one more Eagle 5 to get out, and that should finish that. And I'm working on that video right now. And then, of course, we're building the 1350 refit, and that is going to be finished. We're going to start on that first week in April. I don't know when those videos will start coming out, but a few of you have already guessed who the special guest is, who's coming to Spruverse, and is going to give us a masterclass on how to paint that sucker. So I'm very excited about that, but there's more to follow on that. Let me keep showing you some of the parts here. Now I do have an interior for this, which is here. And I'm going to have to be very careful because it has a laser cut floor. I'm going to pop it in here just for a second. It's not where it's going to live, obviously. We're going to have to do some cleverness to actually get this all set up. But it's pretty cool. And there are plenty of opportunities to put some lights in here and blinkies and get all of this going with some fiber optics and everything else. It comes with 2 chairs that are 3D printed. And he's done a beautiful job with these. So I'm very, very, very happy with those. You get 2 of those. And that's very cool. I've got acrylic cut windows, all laser cut. Those are in here, so that's pretty exciting. And I've got several sort of add-ons and gray blades. Like I said, some are missing, but some are not. Like this piece here is going to live right here, like that. That I do know. And then there are these little side. I think they are locking mechanisms, so this can lock onto another ship, and they go at the sides. So I've got those. And he's also given me the clear parts here, these clear parts, and these clear parts are for my engines. So these are beautifully done, really crisp, and these will drop in there like that. And so obviously we can put a blue light behind that and get these lit up if we so desire. And I think we do so desire. However, you know, you're grinding and chipping and so, you know, when it comes to building this, we're going to be back in the whining mode, complaining and bitching. But I'm a glutton for punishment. What can I tell you? I just keep coming back for more. Why? Because I love it. That's the dirty secret. I just love it. I love model making. I love building. And I love large scale things. So I am definitely a glutton for punishment. Now, there are a couple of little Easter eggs. One of the Easter eggs is you get a little alien, a little ecto guy. Look at this. How cool is he? And he's throwing this in. Now, I don't know whether we're going to be using him. Is he going to be creeping around inside the cockpit and we just won't say anything? Will he live perhaps, you know, here trying to break in? I don't know. Does he live perhaps, you know, in the back somewhere? I don't know. Do we not use him at all? I don't know. But we've got these 3D printed engine cowlings for the belly, and so lots of detail on these. Nicely done. So that's good, and these were very nicely printed. And you've got also some engine parts that go under the cowling. There's 2 of these. these little Greeblies. So they're all there, and that's good. So lots of fun, lots here to play with. I've got also what comes with this, curiously, is some laser etched pieces and some underbelly pieces as well. Here are the laser cut pieces, and what these laser cut pieces are going to do is they're going to actually hide the seams on the side of this ship. So that's the beauty of this, is you don't have a lot of Bondo work to do. He's done it all for you. So that is really exciting, and I really appreciate the amount of time and energy he's got into to make this work. So it's gonna be an awful lot of fun. Like I said, I have got the deluxe version that includes the interior. There are going to be two versions, as I understand it: the basic version, and then one with this cutaway like this. And he'll supply it as a separate part, and that will allow you to drop this on. Now, curiously, you know, this is like sort of the major dilemma, right? Do you finish this and just allow people to peep through the window? Do you have this so that this can be removed, in which case I have to really close off the back here and finish it? You know, but if you do that, then you can't necessarily get those side seams cleaned up and hidden. I don't know. Possibly you could with some, you know, some magnets and some ingenuity. We can make it work. And then it's a basic color with a wash, and that will finish it. Now it's a behemoth, as I said. And so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get this a stand on this that is, obviously it's going to be a piece of copper pipe going into a pretty substantial stand, and so it'll live that way. It's certainly not going to get hung from a ceiling, that I can promise you. But it's a huge kit, and I'm pretty excited to have it in my collection when I get finished, because I just love studio versions of things, and so it's a lot of fun to have this, and especially the cockpit version, because he's done a really nice job on it, and so it's going to be fun to at least try to get some light in here and play with it a little bit. Now, I mean, obviously, he hasn't cast any of these in clear. He's cast them in solid resin with some tremendous details. So if you want to get some light to some of these screens, as I do, we're going to have to figure out how we're going to do that. Whether we're going to drill into here, I don't know. I haven't worried about that yet, and I'm not going to right now. But I wanted to share it with you because it just arrived, and I'm pretty excited about it. So that is it for the Narcissus. I'm going to put this away, and I'm going to show you a couple of other things that came for Christmas. So let's plow on. Okay, so a little bit of a tour of the shop and something new for Sprueverse for 2023. We're going to be getting a little heavier into 3D printing, just because it's so much fun. And I've got my Sonic Mega 8, which came for my birthday, so I'm pretty excited about that. I've added the Frozen Mega Cure station as well, so much larger capacity for curing, and going to make it a lot easier for me. I started some of these larger prints The smaller curing stations don't do it, and you know, if you can't stick it outside in the sunlight for a few hours, curing is tricky. But what I've been finding now with this mega curing station is it's just making my life a lot easier. So I've got really good workflow here. I've got a great printing system. I still have a little bit of a PLA over there. I've got the Anycubic X PLA printer, which I use once in a while, but mostly for internal mechanisms and things like that, not for external finishing parts anymore. And I have a nice workflow system too, where I can take the parts, I can wash them, I can cure them. So that's pretty exciting. So that's another addition to the Spruverse universe for 23, and I'm pretty excited to have that now. That's one addition, and then there's one more goofy addition that I want to show you. It's a little crazy, but I think you're going to appreciate it and understand why I have it. So hold on one second. Okay, lots of fun. I didn't want to make this too long, but I thought it would be fun just to share a few things of, you know, what's going on for the new year. And there's been plenty going on. It was great to have a few weeks off, but it's also fun to be back in the shop and playing with some stuff. One of the things that I got myself was a dust collection system from Micromark. Now there's a couple of these available on the market, and there are definitely some cheaper versions for sure. I have this particular version because I like the fact that you can actually adjust the amount of suction. It's got a nice HEPA filter to collect the dust. And if you're like me and you are grinding inside the shop, even though you're wearing a mask, you don't want that dust to collect on everything. And believe me, I, over the holiday, had a couple of days before we shipped out to Oregon, where I came in here, I did a whole bunch of cleaning up and a whole bunch of cleaning. The floor was filthy, and it's not good to breathe that stuff in. So I decided to get this contraption. Now, a whole bunch of you are going to use this as an excuse to make fun of me and to add some very pithy comments. So feel free, behave, don't get too dirty. And try to keep it clean, because, you know, I think that's reasonable. This is a family channel after all. Okay, so it is a dust collecting system, and the way this works is you take this tube, which extends like this, and it goes into all kinds of different positions, right? And that's what I love about that. And what it has is it has a little LED system on the top with the suction filter. Obviously great to prevent large pieces from coming off your desk, like tweezers, pliers, and anything else that is on your desk. And so that will prevent them from disappearing. And then it also has these very bright LED lights to help illuminate what it is you are actually grinding. And the way this works is this drops into this slot at the top here. I showed you that. Before I put it in, let me show you the canister inside here. It's got a HEPA dust collecting system inside, so you can keep that clean. But it definitely is taking all of the dust and the debris and holding it in here. The one thing I did discover, if you're going to pick up one of these or a different version of it, and there are different versions available on Amazon and eBay for sure, but if you are going to, when it's time to empty this sucker, put it in a garbage bag, and then take it apart, because I've noticed that there's a potential for dust to go everywhere, and that defeats the purpose of having this. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you before we dive back in here. So the idea is this drops onto the top of this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to plug it in. So you plug it in, and I'm going to plug it in. It does get a little noisy, but it's worth it to share with you what's going on. You plug it in, and then you'll see here when it beeped to tell you that it's sort of active. And this is now at section level 7. Now, I don't know if you can go higher than 7. You can't. 7 is the highest you can go. So let's anyway, and then the idea is that you're going to oh, and you see here my little LED lights are on, and they're super bright. And then what you're going to do is you're going to you're going to take the tube, and you're going to twist it down towards your work. Now, ordinarily, this would be in front of you. But if I put this in front of me now, I'm going to have half of you on the floor in pure hysteria, and the other half of you canceling your subscription. So I'm going to keep it in profile. But you can see that this is how it works. And then what you do is you turn it on, and we're going to turn it on here, and we hit suction. Let's see here. Come on. Of course, it's not working. All right. Let's see here. Oh. We turned it off. Let's see here. We should be able to just push play here. On we go. Why aren't you working? You were working before, and now you don't want to. My succomator is not working. Hang on here. Let me figure out how this works. Give me 1 second. Okay. As always, it's operator error. But the way this works is there is a button here, and you can hear it now. It's on, and that's at 5, guys. And that's really taking it in. I mean, that's pretty cool. And you can take this all the way up to 7. I'll take it up to 7 here. And it's good. It's really good. And so you put this in front of you. I'm not going to go any further. You get the idea. You can have a look, but you can take this and you can extend this, and you can really drill on things. You can work on things. You can sand things, and it's going to go into this box. It's not going to go everywhere, and it's going to be a lot healthier for you. So anyway, that is the it's called the Class 1. I got mine from Micromark, but there are several versions of it, as I said, on the market, and it's just a useless piece of kit that I've got here, only because, you know, I talk about Spiritverse also being a bit of a test kitchen, and I like to be able to share these things with you, good or bad. This I highly recommend. It's not cheap, but if you're building in an apartment or in a small confined area, you're going to be happy you had this. It's just a great little piece of kit, and I think it's worth saving some shekels to get one. But as I said, there are less expensive versions of this on the market. So, I mean, what more could you ask? We've got a new curing station. We've got my new dust collection system. I showed you the Narcissus. We've got several other kits that came in that I don't want to bore you and go through them, because you're going to, you'll just roll your eyes and go, got that, seen that, had that. But it's just me, adding to my stash. So I'm pretty excited about that. We've also, don't forget, we've got Wonderfest coming up in June. It's a little later now this year. I think it's June 10th. So there'll be 4 days at Wonderfest. The great Wayne Green over at World of Wayne will be there with the wonderful Mrs. World of Wayne. I'm excited to see them. Of course, the great Lou Del Mesa will be there. And you know darn well he's going to have 47 things in competition and get a gold on every one. And there'll be some other friends too. The great Ken Spriggs will be there. Augie from Interstellar Modeler will be there, a new friend. And of course, Paul from Photographics, Steve from Cultman TV. The whole crew will be there, and it's going to be a great. It's going to be a great festival. If you can make it out to Louisville, Kentucky for Wonderfest, it's worth it. It really is worth it. So anyway, I think I've blabbed on for long enough for this sort of welcome to 2023 video. But, lots of fun things coming down the pike. The next video up, of course, will be the continuation of the Eagle 5. And then we'll start into regular builds from that point until we get back on the 1350 in April. And then we'll be off to the races after that. I am still desperately trying to think of something I can build and bring with me to Wonderfest. I need to do that for my soul. I want to do it. It's just finding something that makes sense that I can travel with. So anyway, that is it for this quick update on Spruverse and what's going on. Thank you for being one of my subscribers. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. It's awesome to have you along. Invite your friends. I'd really like to get my subscriptions up to 5,000 this year. That would be an awesome goal for Spruverse to attain, and not unreasonable. Lots of fun, lots of new content, exciting things happening on the channel this year, so stay tuned. And as always, I wish all of you, please be well, be safe, build something, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.